Thanks, Sloan. Thanks, everyone, for having me. So I am so fired up by all of these great causes that we're hearing about tonight. And so I want to say, like, how do you get me to give you money? And it starts because I'm a professional fundraiser. I have a firm here in Philadelphia. We helped raise money for the convention. We do a lot of work for a lot of great other nonprofits and candidates. But how do you get a fundraiser to give money, right? Because all we do all day is talk to other people about giving money. So I wanted to challenge everyone here tonight to think about how you can get this $100 from me for some of the great causes that we're talking about tonight. So getting money from people is hard to fund a lot of the programs and issues that we care about. And it's because we're really afraid to ask people for money. We're fear of rejection, fear that we don't know who to ask or how much to ask them for. And I want to let you know that your friends are just as afraid that you will ask them for money as you are of asking them for money. But the way that you can be very persuasive in getting funds for the things that you care about are on these circles, these rings of persuasive power. And there's me in the center. So if you want to get money from me, you want to be as close to me as you can in the center. And the closest people to me are my family. So my sister, who is here, who's also in the picture, if she was running a 5K or she was raising money for cystic fibrosis or cancer, it'd be very easy for her to get this $100. But I don't think she's running any races today. So you guys are pretty lucky. But besides your family, think about people that you work with, right? Not sure I have any coworkers here, but my friend Vince, who is a friend of mine, I was in his wedding, he decided to run for office, made it very hard for me to say no when he came and asked me for support. So besides friends and family, who I don't see not too many here tonight, which means that most of you guys fall kind of in this circle, which is ideological. We all believe similar things. So what are the things that we are both passionate about? How do we get each other to fund the things that we care about? In fact, the last $100 that I gave away was last weekend because I was invited by a friend of mine to attend this dinner to help elect more women. Electing women is a personal passion of mine, and she knew that if she asked me to give a check, that I would help fund this cause, because there's things that exist called donation nirvana, which is when you give to somebody that you care about a cause that you both care about. And that I really think that we can do with each other here tonight, because there are so many great people who we've met, so many great causes to care about. For example, a good one was for the Pulse nightclub. There was a celebrity bartender night. Josh Shapiro, a friend of mine, running for Attorney General, was the guest bartender. He served bottles of beer with the cap still on them. But we still gave him generous tips. But tonight, I'm buying some fucking t-shirts. I'm buying some fucking tacos. You'll be particularly persuasive in getting my $100 if you have any Hamilton access tickets, anything backstage. So besides people who we agree with ideologically, like there are some things that get us really angry, right? Being angry is a very powerful motivator to get fundraising. Did Mike get you angry about things that we could do? Mike Lee? Yeah. So for me, C-SPAN is my QVC. If you are raging a righteous filibuster, I am spending money. So think about all the things that make you angry and what are the things that you can give money to that are helping to challenge the things that anger you. How many of you bought pocket constitutions after the convention, right? $2 pocket constitutions? But sometimes we also give money because it gets us access to other people. It gets us in front of people who may be clients, for me, maybe people who are donors. The benefit of being in fundraising and having to write checks to friends of mine is I get to take pictures with a lot of these very cool people. So that's one benefit. So tonight, now that we all have met, now that my sister's not running and asking for my money, what's the best way to be persuasive when you are trying to get funds for the things that you care about? First of all, face-to-face, much more persuasive, the best way to do it. Better than being on the phone, certainly better than an email. And if you have that personal relationship, you are always going to be more successful in getting money than if you delegate it to one of your friends. When in doubt, Texas Hold'em. The quickest way to get me to give you my $100 is to stage a charity poker tournament, because that 100 turns into 150 and 200 very, very, very quickly. So, to recap, if you know my sister or you're related to me, you're fundraising for something great like leukemia lymphoma by running a marathon, and you have access to Hamilton tickets, you will very quickly convince me to give you all of my money. So I hope that you take some of these skills. I'm happy to talk to you more about ways to convince your friends and strangers and family to invest in so many of these very, very good causes. Thank you guys very much for having me. Have a good weekend.